Last week, we saw Kraken get slammed with a $30 million fine from the SEC. This week, the SEC has turned its eye onto Paxos, who has a Binance branded stablecoin. They've now stopped minting this stablecoin. What does this mean for Bitcoin? What does it mean for crypto? And what do we really think about these regulations? Welcome back, everyone. We've got an article out of CoinDesk. The SEC is taking aim at Paxos, and annoyingly, it's good for Bitcoin. I already like the spicy title. All right, let's keep going here. Chalk up another point for the regulators as the crypto onslaught continues. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, reportedly plans to sue crypto firm Paxos for violating investor protection laws because the firm issues, maintains, and white labels Binance USD or BUSD. The SEC alleges that BUSD, a US dollar stablecoin with Binance branding, is an unregistered security. Keep in mind, the stablecoin's job is to stay pegged at a dollar, so to speak. So I don't see how it's an unregistered security. There's also, it doesn't provide any quote unquote yield for holding it. There also is no expectation of profits. You know what? It doesn't matter because they are the gatekeepers. While it seems bad for BUSD and Paxos, it's good for Bitcoin. Never mind if it makes a shred of sense that something with no expectation of profit can be deemed a security. US dollar stablecoins are not interest bearing and they are pegged at a dollar. Paxos still decided to stop minting the stablecoin starting February 21st at the direction of the New York Department of Financial Services, NYDFS. Paxos has since said it categorically disagrees with the SEC on the point that BUSD is a security and is prepared to vigorously litigate if necessary. Points were also recently awarded to the regulators following crypto exchange Kraken's settlement with the SEC last week on charges it was offering unregistered securities through a staking as a service platform, and after Wyoming-based Custodia Bank was denied membership to the Federal Reserve System in late January for being a risk to the banking system since it aims to serve crypto clients. Never mind if the regulation makes a shred of sense. It is regulation nonetheless. Now, we did cover what happened with Kraken in a previous video. I'm going to add it in I'll add it in a bookmark, and it'll also be at the end of the video as a card in case you guys want to, go and check it out. No regulation for you, Bitcoin. What's missing from the regulators' recent push is anything that represents a direct attack on Bitcoin. Spoiler alert, there's no central point of failure. But putting Bitcoin in a chokehold isn't a priority. It's not that it's not a priority, it's that they can't. That's mostly because it would be quite difficult to do so, indeed. For all the issues Bitcoin's decentralized design presents, there isn't a central company or individual that a government can pinpoint for a targeted regulatory push as it can for stablecoins or staking providers. No one should be surprised that regulators are regulating. I mean, literally, that's their job. What else are they going to do? So, of course, any entity that they can capture in the regulatory web, they will. It's their job. Anyways, maybe Bitcoin regulation isn't completely off the table after the Biden administration published a call to action to regulate the industry thoroughly, titled "The Administration's Roadmap to Mitigate Cryptocurrencies Risks." Words. They sound amazing, right? They sound great. It sounds like the presidency is going to do something. All the president's men are going to help, and they are going to make sure that there is a safe environment for everyone to be fleeced, so that the institutions can get as much as they possibly can, and the retail investor is stuck holding the bag. No one should be satisfied, even if you're a Bitcoiner. I do agree with this, and I'll explain at the end why. Safeguards will ensure that new technologies are secure and beneficial to all, and that the new digital economy works for the many and not just the few. See, these are all great words. Although this can be good for Bitcoin, cheering for it by urging on regulation is unsavory and in exceedingly poor form. Freedom of choice is central to the Bitcoin ethos, even though Bitcoin is the best choice. Regulation shouldn't force anyone to have to make that best decision. So, look, guys, this is the reality of this, okay, is exactly what Bitcoiners have said for years. Every single type of token that has a central point of failure is going to be regulated. It is going to be stopped. It is going to be halted. It is going to have to change how it does things. And in some cases, it may disappear altogether. I know that everybody wants to believe that they can go out and buy the next Bitcoin and this and that, but there is no next Bitcoin. Bitcoin truly is the next Bitcoin because it can't be stopped. And to be perfectly honest, the regulators are doing a fantastic job of marketing Bitcoin's censorship resistant properties. And they are also doing a fantastic job educating everyone as to why shitcoins are shitcoins and why they are not Bitcoin. So I am not cheering for the regulators because I understand that the regulators at the end of the day, they are going to do what's right for their interests. And as much as people don't want to believe that there's a small club and you're not in it, there is a small club and we're not in it. That's why Wall Street got bailed out in 2008. That's why the retail investors always end up holding the bag. That's why when the GameStop stuff happened, right, where these institutions got wrecked trying to short GameStop straight to zero. And then all of a sudden, a bunch of retail investors got together and did exactly what Wall Street does. And they did it to them. They did it to Wall Street. Wall Street got upset because no. It's our business. We are the fleecers. The retail doesn't get to fleece the institution. It's the other way around. So that's kind of my take for regulation. I understand the point that there are certain cases where regulation actually does help, but I think that that's overstated very often in order to keep the giant administrative machine that is regulation going.